So tell me, what is the economic value of the news that you have heard today? What is the economic benefit it brings to your life? What addition? How does it make your life better? You must answer this question for your own sake and for your own good. You have bills to pay. You have hospital bills, you have medical feeding bills, school fees, health bills, accommodation, transportation. You have all of these bills to pay. Some of you don't even have jobs. How does this news you heard today now, all the news you have heard today that mainstream media has bombarded you with, how have they made your life better? What is the economic value? You know, when we say that news has been weaponized against Nigeria, it's one of the 7 weapons that have been fashioned against Nigeria. Many of you do not understand it. Today now, you have been bombarded with all manner of news. You have heard news about Wike, how Wike have gone to media chat and did all what he did, ranting like a drunk man. You have watched all those news and you're excited. You love it. How Tinubu went to go and visit Buhari's widow in Kaduna. Buhari's widow. I thought Buhari's widow was Aisha, who is either in UK or in Dubai. But he said he went to visit Buhari's widow. You go and read Punch. Go and read Vanguard. They carried the news. They reported it. Buhari's widow. You heard that news today now, Abi? And how Tinubu went to go and visit Yari's son wedding. And they reported all of those. You watched it. So my question to you is this. What is the economic value of this news? Is it possible that mainstream media is bombarding you with these things so that they can distract and divide you? Because the only things that get views, that tend to trend, are things that are dramatic, that are sensational, that are, emotions. But the question you must ask yourself is this: what is the economic value of it? I am here to tell you that the economic value of it is 0, and it is 0 for a reason. To keep you from talking and thinking or asking questions about the real things that can make your life better. None of the things they show you on social media actually is intended to make your life better. They are all distractions. Sometimes you have unplanned distractions, but they are distractions nonetheless. And I can understand why people can or need to react to such distractions, because if you hear in news now that Sowore called Tinubu a criminal and the DSS has threatened not threatened, they have sued Sowore after they wrote to X to delete Showore's account and X refused. Same thing with Facebook. When you hear those things, that they are sensational. You want to know what happened. You know, somebody will not deceive himself. I hope it's not you. Somebody will not deceive himself and say that, oh, he's keeping informed so that they will know what's going on. Yes, what is the benefit of knowing what is going on when what is going on that you have found or that you now know does not add any economic value to your life? I can tell you what is going on. They are distracting you and dividing you so that you will not focus on how to force free and fair elections on them. So that you will not think about how to kick out impunity from Nigeria. Because those are the 2 things they thrive on. That is what, now so they say they live. Take out those 2 things, this crop of vampire leaders that we have, that is sucking the blood out of your life and my life. You don't know they are sucking their blood. They are sucking your blood. One pastor will now come and tell you, one imam will now come and tell you your problem is from your village. No, it is these politicians that are sucking your blood. I suppose fat pass like this now. Who do you think? Well, they are sucking my blood now. They are sucking your blood. You don't know. They play. And what you can do to stop them, they don't want you to do it. So what do? They will bombard you with distraction, useless news, and they will now convince you that that news you are watching, you are keeping yourself informed so you can know what's going on. Meanwhile, in terms of economic value that such news add to your life, ask yourself, it's for you to answer. The news you have heard today now, has it made you richer? Has it given you any secrets that you can use to make more money to feed your family? Has it in any way told you where to go to get money so that your child that is in the hospital or your wife that is in the hospital about to put to bed, it will show you where to get money to pay your hospital bill and also to feed your family? The news you've heard today now, has it told you anything? Everything is sensational, everything is amiable, and somehow they know that you that is watching me, you now like amiable. So they feed you all those kind of things to distract and to divide. If it's not to distract you, to sensationalize you, they will now give you one topic that will make all of you to be arguing. They say, oh, Igbos are marginalized. Okay, Igbos are marginalized. How? What is the economic value of that news? And they will just give us topic. We'll just be arguing and discussing and we'll be feeling good about it. I call it intellectual masturbation. We're feeling good about it. But what value does it bring? Zero. Zero. And that's why my second appeal to obedience is, please, all this Igbo is marginalized, Igbo is the problem, Igbo is the solution, please stop it. It is counterproductive. It has zero economic value. You can get views because that's what they want, to keep us arguing amongst ourselves. But it has zero economic value. It doesn't add any value whatsoever. So I appeal to you, all of you obedient out there. Don't fall for their trick. If they want you to start discussing, oh, the Igbos are marginalized, oh, the Igbos are this, oh, the Igbos are that, they will just throw you one thing. They'll throw you one thing, they'll throw you one bone. You two, you will now start backbiting. What we should be focused on is how we can stop the impunity that is destroying Nigeria. Impunity. There's impunity everywhere. What is happening between Sowore and DSS? Impunity. What is happening between National Assembly and Senator Natasha? Impunity. What is happening or what happened in Rivers between Wike and Fubara and Tinubu? Impunity. Impunity everywhere. You are experiencing impunity. I'm sure you have dealings with AEDC if you're in Abuja or any disco, wherever your region is. The impunity of those people is both spiritual and physical. Impunity of police. Police that they know that, maybe some of them don't know, that the police is not an agency to help to collect debt recovery agent. The IG of police has said it many times. But no, you will still have people, commissioner of police, assistant commissioner of police, deputy commissioner of police, they will still be using their office because they have one friend who is giving them money to use the police to do debt recovery. Impunity everywhere. These are the things that we need to stop. If we don't stop impunity, how does INEC rig elections? How does police look the other way? Or security agencies look the other way? How does the judiciary look the other way because there's no evidence? How do thugs have the power and the freedom and the liberty to operate during elections? Impunity. So instead of us to focus now and begin to tackle impunity, they distract us and bombard us with all manner of useless news that have no economic value, that does not benefit us in any way. But we are happy to watch them. But I beg you, please, there are two solutions that we must focus on. Number one is votewatch.pro. The link is in the description. Votewatch.pro is the only way we can guarantee and force free and fair elections on INEC in 2027. I have said it, we should try it in Anambra this November. Force free and fair elections on INEC. We can force free and fair elections on INEC. Votewatch.pro is one solution that will do that. And it needs you to contribute to it so that we can create the awareness and also for you to volunteer to be a polling unit marshal. You cannot rely on INEC, except maybe you think you can. If there's a way you think INEC can be relied upon, let me know. But I know INEC cannot be relied upon. It doesn't matter what they tell you. They go give you lamba, no ni. No be lamba, they got it. They'll give you lamba, they will promise you heaven. And then they will give you hell. So you cannot rely on INEC for free and fair elections. Even the electoral reforms that should bring about free and fair elections, INEC is not talking about it. Critical stakeholders in Nigeria, they are not talking about it. Even the Randy Peters and Dele Farutimi and others that have been talking about it a little, they don't distract them too. They have distracted them with Natasha versus Akpabio, distracted them with all manner of things. So we now begin to, ranting cannot solve anything, no. Because these people simply do not care. Do you think an Akpabio care that you go on social media and you are abusing him? All the ranting that happened at the gate of the National Assembly where they denied access to Senator Natasha, did you hear any comment from Akpabio? Did you hear any comment from Tajuddin? Did you hear any comment from Tinubu? Ranting will not solve anything. All this, it is strategy. The only solution now is to kick out all of those people in the National Assembly. All of them. But for one reason and one reason only. So that they will know that power belongs to the people. Because right now they don't think. Is it that they don't think? They know that power does not belong to the people. They feel that power comes from the rigors of election. And they feel that Tinubu is the only person that can help them rig elections so they can return to their position in 2027. And so, rather than become loyal to the people of Nigeria, the citizens, with the people, they are loyal to anybody they feel can help them rig. So, for one reason and one reason alone, everybody in the National Assembly must not return in 2027, from Akpabio to the very least, for one reason alone, so that we can force them to switch their allegiance to the people so that credible leaders can come. Even if those ones come and they come and loot, by the time they know that, oh, they'll be voted out again, they go behave. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. Tell me, if Nigerian politicians of a truth can see, can realize that the only way they can get back to power is when the people vote them, what do you think will happen? They will begin to implement policies that will make the people happy, so the people will vote them back. But right now, they are not doing so because the only way they can get back is through rigging. So the only person they will be loyal to is the person they feel will help them to rig. That's why they are all decamping to the APC. In addition to the fact that many of them have skeletons in their cupboard and they don't want EFCC to come knocking. So the only thing that we can do now is force free and fair elections on them. And the only way to do that is votewatch.pro with polling unit mashup. That's the only way. The electoral reform is not even possible anymore because the critical stakeholders, they are not throwing their weight behind it. Look, I know many of you like to give ideas and suggestions to this Tinubu administration and the APC, but they will never use it because they don't intend to reform themselves out of power. So they won't give you electoral reforms. They won't. They will just sit down there and be looking at you when they feel that they cannot take your ranting and your abuses and your insults anymore. They will just give you one bone, give you one ethnic topic. You now begin to argue amongst yourself. Igbo will abuse Yoruba, Yoruba will abuse Hausa, Benin will abuse Igbo. Then when that one dies down and then you now come back to topic again and start ranting and insulting and abusing them, they will give you another topic. Sometimes some things also just fall on their laps, just like that, free of charge, like this Showore thing now, right? Can just fall, but they use it. They don't let a good crisis go to waste. But we must make deliberate effort to make sure that we stay focused. We have two tasks: prevent rigging by forcing free and fair elections on INEC, and kick out impunity with law patrol. The details are in the description. Please check it and contribute. We can free this country, but it will require some effort. Because the people that have made it this way, themselves, they don't try. They put in a lot of effort. They tell you, oh, we hold meetings in the night as politicians. All those meetings, what do you think they are for? You think it's to fix Nigeria? It's to make sure that they return to power. So they are gauging to see, who do we swear our allegiance to? Do we swear our allegiance to the Constitution and to the people? Or do we swear our allegiance to people we feel can rig for us? Right now, they are choosing the riggers, but we can make them switch to choose the people. But the only way to do that is to make sure that the 2027 election is free and fair. Choose Vote Pro, votewatch.pro, and lawpatrol.net. God bless you.